What's up guys? Welcome back to Moon Prism Studios. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review of the brand new Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon by Premium Bandai. So how about we go ahead and get started?
Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this gorgeous statue. The Sailor Moon Cosmos Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon figure comes shipped in this really nice shipping box. One thing I really love about these shipping boxes is that they provide an extra layer of protection for the statue. These shipping boxes also provide an excellent layer of protection to the inner box, ensuring that it doesn't get damaged during shipment. Opening the outer box, we can already begin to see the inner box. Now it's time for the removal of the inner box. The inner box can be removed from the shipping box by firmly grabbing hold of the plastic bag and gently pulling upward. Now if you're not too confident in doing this, I highly recommend finding someone to help you if you can, as it can definitely make this a lot easier. Now that we have the inner box removed from the shipping box, we can go ahead and remove the plastic bag. So here we have the gorgeous inner box. At the top left of the box, we have the Sailor Moon 30th Anniversary logo, the Toei Animation Seal of Authenticity, as well as the Sailor Moon Cosmos movie logo. Over on the top right, we have the Bandai Namco logo. On the bottom left, we have copyright information for Naoko Takeuchi, as well as a few others, including the Sailor Moon Cosmos movie. And if we move a bit further down, we have this really beautiful sparkly starry sky design, as well as a gorgeous image of the statue itself. So the first thing you're going to find when you open the box are the instructions. The front also features this really nice image of the statue. This would actually look really nice framed and hung up. You could hang it up in your bedroom, or maybe your office, or even a collection room if you have one. Beneath the instructions, you'll find the styrofoam casing. The styrofoam casing is held together nicely via two very strong straps of Velcro. Now let's go ahead and open it up. Inside the styrofoam casing, you will find all the different pieces of the statue. Each piece is nicely wrapped in tissue paper to help keep it protected. And so while I go ahead and remove all the pieces from the styrofoam casing, I figured I would give you guys a bit of backstory on this statue. So originally titled Wonder Statue Work of Art, the Sailor Moon official website announced the statue back in June 2023, and also provided a teaser image featuring a silhouette of the statue, and was slated for release in fall of 2023. However, that ended up not being the case, as fall came and went and not a single bit of new information was provided by the Sailor Moon official website regarding any further details about the statue until fall of 2024. After over a year of waiting, pre-orders were slated to begin November 26, 2024, with an official release date for the statue slated for May 2025 with a price tag of 99,000 Japanese yen plus shipping. Unfortunately, this figure ended up being a Premium Bandai exclusive, which meant Japan only, and that purchasing this figure was not going to be easy for most collectors, as one of the only few ways you would be able to order this was through a proxy service. Thankfully, there ended up being a few other stores that eventually had the statue available for pre-order, such as Big in Japan, Hobby Genki, Nin Nin Game, and Big Bad Toy Store. And depending on who you chose to purchase through, you would end up spending about $800 to $1,000 US. I ended up purchasing mine through a proxy service on Instagram called Kawaii Japan. I'll put a link down in the description for anybody that's interested in checking out their page. I highly recommend them for all of your Japanese exclusive Sailor Moon merch needs. Now with all of that out of the way, how about we go ahead and start assembling the statue?
So now we're going to go ahead and assemble this figure. So I think according to the instructions, the first thing we have to do is assemble the base. I have all the crystals laid out on the table here, and that's what's going to form the crystal base. So all of the instructions seem to be in Japanese. I can actually read some of this. I can't unfortunately read all of it. But from what I can tell, just following the numbers should be pretty self-explanatory, so it shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so the first piece goes in here. That's 2. And then 3 is this piece. And that's gonna go, I think, next to this. This makes me super, super nervous. I'm just so afraid of dropping one of these crystals. Okay, and then next we have 4. I really don't know if I'm doing this correctly. This is so scary. Like, you guys have no idea how scary this is. 5. And then last but not least, we have 6. I'll just stand up for this. Yeah, definitely be super careful when assembling this. It seems like all of the pieces are basically held together by gravity itself. There is little notches that each of the crystals is pushed into. However, this is definitely not a figure that you're going to want to move around too much unless you take it apart and then rebuild it. Hence why I'm building it on this turntable right here. I do not feel confident in my ability to pick this thing up and place it on after it's built, so that's the route we're going. Okay, so now we go with number 7, which seems to be the Chibi Moon orb. Let's see. I have things down there in the floor off to the side there just to make it a little bit easier. Oh, that's cool. It has a little indentation, so it's not just sitting there. That's actually really cool. That just kind of, oh, that's neat. Cool. So it has a little peg that it actually goes into. That's actually really, really neat. Make sure I did that correctly. Yes, I believe I did. Okay, so that was the Chibi Moon orb. 8 is the body, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the body and put that in next. All right, so figuring out where her foot is gonna go is gonna be a little tricky. Yeah, there is a hole and a little notch above that where the peg goes into. So yeah, she seems to fit pretty firmly into that, which is good. Next is the back bow. Yeah, we're gonna attach the back bow. Okay, now that the back bow has been assembled, now we're going to apply the wings. However, for this part, I don't think I'm going to keep her on the base as I'm a little nervous taking these wings and just like placing them into the notch on her back without her falling over. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take her off and apply the wings to the figure and then apply everything else just to make sure that she doesn't fall or nothing else breaks as I'm putting it together. Oh, that's cool. There's a little magnet inside this little notch here. You can't really see, but there's a magnet inside. So I'm assuming there's a magnet inside the base of the wings to help keep it secure inside the figure, which is good. Because we definitely do not want to drop this. Okay. I am so scared. I'm assuming pressure is going to have to be applied, but I kind of am afraid to do that. Oh. Okay, I guess not. That was easier than I thought. Now I'm going to go ahead and put her back in the base. She's in. All right. Okay, so the next piece is the Eternal Tiare. So we're gonna go ahead and add that next. It'd be nice if we had a full scale of this for the Proplica, but unfortunately that's not what we ended up getting. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is just bring this around her like so. There's a peg here that should keep it pretty secure on her without it falling. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that. The hard part is trying to not, I'm wondering if I have to put it through here. Oh my goodness. This scares the tar out of me. I don't like this. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Okay, so there is a peg here. Okay. Oh my gosh, what was that? Okay, so, oh my gosh, don't do that. Oh my gosh. I don't like this. Okay, I think I did that correctly. Okay, so the next piece is, let's see, 11, the moon. So the moon is 12, so we're gonna go ahead and add the moon on there. I've heard this moon is very fragile, so you wanna definitely be super careful with this, especially when you're handling it. There's a little peg here at the bottom where it's supposed to go. There's a little notch here as well. So we're just gonna, I believe there's a magnet which helps. We're just gonna slide that on. Everything feels secure, which is good. And so that's how that works. Okay. Okay, so the next piece is the head, number 13. So I think what I'm also going to do, kind of like what I did with the wings, I think I'm going to put her pigtails on her head before putting her head on her body, just to make sure that she doesn't fall over and break. Okay, pigtail number 1. And pigtail number 2. Voila! Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put this on very carefully. And there she is. Whew. That was a much more terrifying experience than I'm willing to admit. I will say though, after reviewing the Super Sailor Moon figure by Sume Art, I definitely felt a little bit more confident going into this one. But yeah, nonetheless, it was still a bit terrifying. So anybody that's new to resin figure collecting, always make sure that you're super, super careful when handling these statues, as they are extremely delicate and extremely fragile and extremely expensive for the most part. So I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering, how much did I pay for this figure? Well, between the $765 I paid for just the figure, on top of the $420 I paid for the shipping, that brings my grand total to $1,185 US.
So here I am back with my final thoughts on the Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon by Premium Bandai. She is so incredibly stunning. I am absolutely blown away by the quality of this figure. Everything from the gorgeous details to the paint job, this figure was worth every penny. Speaking of which, I can now officially say with confidence that she is my most expensive Sailor Moon item in my collection and my biggest Sailor Moon figure to date. And I am beyond thrilled to have her as a part of my collection. I think one of the things I love the most about this statue is the base. I love the crystal design as well as the idea of using the orbs to represent the other Sailor Scouts. It's colorful and super sparkly and very well made. Another thing that I love is the light up feature. By plugging in the included USB power cord and pressing the black button on the back, the crystal base will light up, adding a perfect touch of Silver Moon crystal power to your home.
And so that concludes my review of the Sailor Moon Cosmos Wonder Statue Eternal Sailor Moon by Premium Bandai. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe, and most importantly, turn on post notifications so you never miss when I post new content, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.